that the pound-for-pound king, Terence Bud Crawford, has agreed in principle to face off against the 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar first ballot Hall of Famer, Saul Canelo Alvarez. So Canelo Alvarez has agreed. Terence Crawford, we knew he was going to agree. And they're working out the details to showcase their talents. Riyadh season, Cinco de Mayo weekend in May.
Hate me, but I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Hell of a fight.
Hate me, but I think it's a 50-50 fight. It's really, really hard for me to see Canelo losing to Crawford. But it's also, there's things that I can see that Crawford is so good at.
Yeah.
That it's like, I can't see him not being able to be sharp and do that round after round, man.
Canelo versus Crawford, a clash of skill and strength. But can Crawford beat the odds and a higher weight class? Let's see what the pros have to say. Berlanga thinks Crawford's legendary skills could defy EODS against Canelo the Can. The weight difference proved to be too much for the welterweight champion.
I think it happened in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, you can't.
Andre Rogier, a renowned boxing trainer, has shared his thoughts on the chance of Terence Crawford stepping up to fight Canelo Alvarez while Crawford is coming. Off a win at welterweight, Rogier thinks taking on Canelo at a higher weight class could be a bridge to far.
The only thing he could possibly do at this point to regain that status is to beat someone of note in another weight class. And
Rozier acknowledges that Crawford's move to 150 for pounds might be a realistic step, but he firmly doubts the success of a jump. To face Canelo, calling it a dangerous sleep.
Before it's going to be enough for him. Him going up to fighting, quote unquote, if it should happen, Canelo, I don't see that ending well. It's just too much and too far to go. But that's what it would take.
Rozier's warning highlights the monumental task Crawford would face in taking on the pound-for-pound starlet, such a significant weight disadvantage. What do you think is Crawford taking? Off more than he can chew, or could he shock the world once again? Canelo Alvarez reveals his thoughts on a potential fight with Terence Crawford, fueling excitement among boxing fans worldwide.
Yes, it is official that the pound-for-pound king, 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and reigning WBA junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Terence Bud Crawford, future first ballot Hall of Famer, undefeated, 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 big wins by way of knockout, 37 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach, has agreed in principle. We knew he was going to agree to face off against the 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar first ballot Hall of Famer, former undisputed super middleweight world champion, and reigning unified super middleweight world champion, Saul.
That Mexican superstar first ballot Hall of Famer, former undisputed super middleweight world champion and reigning unified super middleweight world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Mexican boxer. Canelo Alvarez has in a way confirmed his readiness to face Terence Crawford, creating buzz around what could be one of the most anticipated fights in boxing today. This possible showdown would feature two elite fighters at the pinnacle of their career.
Keeps coming up, and I know he's a lot smaller than you. Is that a fight that you would ever consider under any circumstance?
You know, I always say if it's a
fight between Canelo and Crawford promises to be monumental. Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion, has dominated his class with power and precision. Crawford, widely regarded as one of the most skilled fighters of this age, brings a combination of technical, brilliance and intelligent strategy that has propelled him to the top of the pound-for-pound ranking.
He wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter.
Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion, hasn't shied away from the chance of facing Terence Crawford in the ring. while Crawford's leap into a higher weight class. As Spark debates, Canelo stays confident in his ability to dominate the smaller fighter. Speaking on Sway's Universe, Canelo made it clear that he's not only open to the challenge, but views it as a chance to make a bold statement.
Be willing to pay whatever you want to fight Crawford. Yeah.
If he's willing to pay whatever I want, comes down.
That'll work. So if yeah, you're in. So if the numbers were right with Crawford, you'll do it.
Why not? Why not? I think Crawford, don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me,
Canelo's remarks represent his belief that the weight disparity gives him a major agile over Crawford, with a history of dismantling elite opponents at super middleweight. Canelo seems to view the potential clash as more of a financial chance than a risky challenge. However, for fans and analysts, Crawford's skills and determination could make this fight more unpredictable than Canelo anticipates. While Canelo Alvarez has shown interest in a potential showdown with Terence Crawford, he also gave a deeper insight into his feelings on the matchup. Canelo didn't hesitate to address Crawford's fighting style, pointing out the difficulties of facing highly opponent. Despite his reservations, the undisputed champion revealed that the fight could happen under the right circumstances, especially if the financial stakes are high enough.
I'm in, because I don't like to fight guys like Crawford, because he move a lot and the fight is not that great. I saw Crawford the last fight, and he don't move that much now. So.
Canelo's words highlight the complexities of making this fight a reality. While he acknowledges Crawford's talent, he stays confident in the natural advantages provided by his weight class. At the same time, his comments about money and stylistic preferences suggest that for Canelo, the matchup is more about the spectacle and payday than the competitive allure. This adds another layer to the growing argument. Can Crawford's skills solve the weight disparity, or is Canelo right to lean on the limits of weight classes? This statement marks a notable shift for Canelo, who had previously vowed reluctance to face Crawford, citing the lack of credit he would receive for defeating a smaller opponent.
Everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 ways class.
I respect Crawford. He's a great fighter, and I always say that. No disrespect him, but sometimes it's a little crazy that people talking about a small fighter like Charlo. He's big, which he is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face Crawford, fighter 147, who is smaller than Charlo. So no make sense when you guys say that right now. At the end of the day, I don't want to have credit to face Crawford, but you never know. You never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So it's possible. Why not? It's possible.
And I can't go down anymore. But like he say, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight, because everybody's gonna say it's too small, and then he need to enjoy.
While Crawford has shown persistence in pursuing to match up, ready to move up to weight classes to prove his dominance.
It's to Jermell, and then you guys fight. That fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah. But in my mind, in my heart, I don't think nobody too big, especially in a fight. I'm a fighter. But, like, I was thinking, like, man, it could happen. So you start really sitting down like, man, that fight maybe can happen. Okay, so now you start.
Crawford is fully aware of the physical disadvantage he would face against Canelo, admitting that size will play a crucial role in the fight. However, he remains confident in his ability to overcome this challenge and impose his boxing style.